Hello, hello, my lovely friends. So today we are using the Gateway Oracle cards by Denise Lynn, and we're looking at the statement that Harry made in his ITV interview that's now a bit infamous, about if any time he discusses his family, he is setting himself up for a torrent of abuse by the tabloid media. I don't know if he said tabloid media or by the media. Just clear the energy. So anytime he talks about his family, he's opening himself up to a torrent of abuse by the media. What do you think of that, my lovelies? I've got my own view, but we'll first see what the cards say. We'll do past, present, and future as to whether or not he believes this and how it's working out for him, and the overall energy on the bottom of the deck. Launching your journey. I'm an intrepid traveller sailing forth into the universe. So this is the overall energy of that interview, isn't it? Where he's packed his bags, he's left his castle behind, he's off to sunny California, see the palm tree, and he believes that he's this intrepid traveller, and he's sailing forth into the universe, and he's on a mission against the tabloids, as he calls them. To bring justice. This is his fight. So this card might become more clear as we go along. So did Harry always believe that the tabloids were out to get him? No, he didn't always believe it. This is a Mending Bridges card. It says, "I heal rifts, I am a mender." So he saw in his past that the tabloids and the media could actually be useful. They could help in mending bridges. They could communicate things that he wanted people to know. But it's interesting that on the card, there's a person that's actually literally two-faced, looking to the past, looking to the future. And there's water in the card. But the water's flowing. This is a very positive card, although there's some autumn leaves falling down. He knew that there could be some issues with the media, but in the past he generally viewed them as something not evil as he does now. And another past card. Ooh, believing in magic. True magic is abounding in my life. So in the past, he felt that he could work together with the media. He could weave spells around the media. He could perhaps control the narrative more. He could ensure that more positive press came out of things. And we see that, even in the past, for example, that playing naked pool in Las Vegas that time, the media did spin it in a bit of a positive way as Harry was just a larrikin, boys will be boys kind of thing, having fun, sowing his wild oats. He, even though it was something that might have sunk somebody else, and it was reported and was a bit embarrassing, he managed to weave a bit of magic, and it came out not too devastatingly. So he did believe that he was able to weave magic around the media in the past, and I think that is true to a certain extent. So in the present, what is his feeling? Ooh, breaking barriers. I am expanding beyond limitations into joy and freedom. So he really feels that at the moment, as he fights his crusade against the media, he's called it a crusade. He feels that he's slaying dragons, he once said, and he really does feel as though he's breaking barriers. He's doing something that nobody else has ever done before. He's the one who's leading the mission. Of course, the silly thing is that more than a decade ago, Prince William was actually the one who led the charge against the media, and that led to the Levinson inquiry, that led to people going to jail, that led to the News of the World closing. William accepted a settlement. All of that money went to charity. So although Harry might be telling himself he's breaking barriers, it's a false narrative, but it's one that he does truly seem to believe. He's the intrepid traveller. Communicating freely. This is also in the present. I communicate freely from the depths of my being. So this is, again, this emphasizes that he really believes in this cause. This is the thing that he thinks is going to set him free. He feels is going to set the world free. He's doing something that he's never been able to do before, that nobody else has ever been able to do before. And he certainly is communicating freely. I mean, he's told us things about his private parts that nobody ever wanted to know. He's not held back when it came to what he thought of other people, even his brother's private parts. So yes, he certainly is communicating freely in this present stage of his life. But how is this going to go in the future? That's what I really want to know. So what does the future card say for Harry? Oh, so in the future, maybe he'll come to realize that this open, let everything out in the open was not the way to go. So this card talks about simplifying your life, and it talks about, I cherish the simple pleasures in life. So this lady is doing a clear out. She's cleaning out, getting rid of a lot of rubbish, a lot of baggage, a lot of junk. And so maybe in the future, I am a positive person, so I am hopeful for Harry that in the future he'll be able to move forward in a more positive note. Interesting here in the card, there's a book there. I wonder if that's his book spare that he's throwing out. Some high-heeled boots that he's throwing out. Clock, of course, he's not going to be able to turn back time, but maybe he'll be able to make some amends and some repairs and get rid of some of the weight that has been dragging him down since he's decided to communicate so freely. In society, we don't just say what is on our minds. Even as little kids, we learn that just communicating, saying whatever's on your mind, is not the best way to go. Saying whatever you think can lead to people being hurt. It can lead to real world consequences. But that's where Harry's stuck at the moment. And what is the last card about the future? Accepting what is. Oh, I'm very hopeful for Harry. I accept and embrace my inner majesty. So this is a very hopeful card for Prince Harry, and I really hope this is true. Now, the rose, that reminds me of Princess Diana. For me, roses represent motherhood. So I'm thinking that that's Harry's mother, and maybe he will reflect on her life of service, the hands there relating to helping other people, and maybe Prince Harry will reflect on how his mother served other people, how his mother lived her life. She wasn't perfect by any means, but she certainly did help other people. Yes, she did manipulate the media to an extent, but she really, I mean, if we think back, we all know that she helped with the acceptance of people who had AIDS. I mean, she was the first person that I could ever remember seeing going into wards of AIDS patients and hugging them. We remember her for her work on landmines. So, I can't remember anything that Prince Harry's done other than Invictus Games, and that's kind of turned into a bit of a problem with Meghan taking over and making it all about a fashion show. But this is a future card, and this future card for Prince Harry looks hopeful, and I am hopeful that he will learn to accept what has gone, what happened in the past, and that he'll be able to move on in his life, and he will be able to continue his life's journey, but in a more solid way, in a way that he's not hanging on to the past, in a way where he can perhaps contribute to the world and genuinely be happy with himself. And accepting what is not only accepting the situation, but accepting himself and who he is. And so That's a fantastic card to end the reading. So like if you do, subscribe if you haven't, and I'm going to leave you with a short wildlife clip just as a palate cleanser and to bring you hope and joy in your day today. Thank you for listening.